if you're a business owner, you need a community, because who's going to buy from you if they don't love you, if they don't believe in your vision? And building that community is essential to succeeding as a business. Right now, it's all those micro doses and micro connections. So find yourself small groups, have real conversations with people. You don't have to go to the massive events and try to meet 50 people.
We are exploring the intersection of business strategy and personal resilience. In 2026, the strongest businesses aren't just built on code or capital. They are built on the power of community.
You have to take care of you in order to take care of anything else that you have in your life. So put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on the next one.
Hello everyone, this is Kripa Anand and welcome to the She and Success podcast, powered by She and Success Business Magazine, a platform dedicated to spotlighting the voices, strategies and journeys of women leaders and entrepreneurs who are shaping Canada's business and policy landscape. Today we are exploring the intersection of business strategy and personal resilience. In 2026, the strongest businesses aren't just built on code or capital. They are built on the power of community and the courage to show up through life's toughest challenges. Joining us today is Dwania Peele, founder of Canadian Small Business Women, a multi-award winning strategist, author, and member of the 100 Accomplished Black Canadians class of 2026. Dwania has mentored tens of thousands of entrepreneurs. She is here to share her latest literary journey, Tomorrow is Another Day, and how she is leading the next wave of women-led innovation in Canada. So before further ado, let's welcome this very special guest. Dwania, welcome to the podcast. Such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me, Kripa.
And firstly, huge congratulations on the book. Please go ahead and share a little more about this.
You know, the book was a labor of love. It's funny that I say I'm an author because I don't even like writing emails. But this book came apart as a part of my breast cancer journey. I started writing everything that happened every day. And I decided that I wanted to not just talk about that journey, but I also wanted to talk about my life and, push everything into business as well. How all those three things kind of came together and pushed me through.
Wow. I can't wait to, talk more about that, because this newest book that you have, it talks about the chronicles, and your courageous journey that you took while going through breast cancer. So firstly, for all the listeners and for yourself, how are you doing now? And secondly, please go ahead and share that how exactly has this, health journey reshaped your perspective on resilience or leadership? Go ahead.
Well, now I'm good. I'm almost 6 years cancer-free. I do have my mammogram coming up in a few months, my 6-year mammogram. So I am doing well. There are little things, but side effects have side effects. I call them my et ceteras, but that's fine. I'm cancer-free. So yay to that.
That's great to know. And we at She and Success are wishing you a very long and a very healthy life. So I hope the cancer doesn't come back.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And, going through that whole process, it helped me really put a lot of things in perspective in my life. One, I've always known that I had purpose. And if I can overcome something like cancer, and I knew I had purpose before I had cancer, can you imagine how I feel now about the purpose I have in life? I'm like hitting the ground running because I know I really have purpose. Right. And two, it also helped me to really realize how to put myself first. Yes. I'm still a work in progress in that, but I am learning to take that time that I need for myself.
Of course, that is much needed as well. And, sharing your vulnerability so openly proves that true leadership is about strength in the face of adversity. And you are a living example of that, Dwania. Now, let's explore how community and, collective support drive long-term success for entrepreneurs. Dwania, why is community essential for entrepreneurs and how does CSBW support women? Because a lot of our listeners right now would be women entrepreneurs who would be very interested in learning more about this and joining your community. So go ahead.
I can start with a little story. I remember when I first decided I wanted to start Canadian Small Business Women, and it was because as an immigrant woman, I would try to go to these networking events, but it was very hard to find events catering to immigrant women unless they were job fairs.
Oh.
And we're more than just a labor force.
Of course, yeah.
And I did not like that narrative. So I said I needed to do something for the community that I know I'm a part of. But I also needed to do this so that people can see themselves in me and be a part of the community and also want to help others who looked like them too. So that's how it really started. Now, if you're a business owner, you need a community because who's going to buy from you if they don't love you, if they don't believe in your vision? And building that community is essential to succeeding as a business.
Wow, that's a beautiful story and take on that. Because when women support women, the entire entrepreneurial ecosystem becomes more stable and more innovative. That also brings to this year's International Women's Theme, which we already talked about, Give to Gain. What do you have to say about that?
When I heard Give to Gain, I think I did a LinkedIn post about this actually. I picture my hands being out because I am the type of person, I give a lot, but when you see your hand out, you're thinking you're here to take. But my hand is out because I want people to take what they want. But I also want them to replenish so that I have more to give to others, but also so that I have something to give to myself. So that's how I look at the Give to Gain. Hold your hand out because you get nothing and you give nothing with a closed hand. Of course. You have to have your hand out to give and to receive.
That's a beautiful perspective, and I hope more and more women, get inspired by this. Now, Dwania, let's discuss how the Origin Story series brings real founders' journeys to life. So, firstly, what is this Origin series, and why is it important to share the real journey behind a business's success?
So the Origin Story is our newest YouTube series.
Wow.
If you've been following us, you know that I really started doing a lot of Instagram series when we had COVID. And then I moved to doing YouTube series. And I stopped for about a year or so. And I decided, you know what? I wanted to do something a little bit different. Little 30-minute snippets of talking about how it really started, how you got here. What is one of those yes moments? What is something that made you say, no, I'm not doing this? But just short snippets, highlighting women, highlighting their journeys, and really talking about how it started, because it might not have started off great for most of us. And a lot of times we're highlighting the great and we're not highlighting the hurdles that we had to jump through.
Yes. So as, when we see our fellow entrepreneurs, going through the similar things, we get this sense of reassurance that we are not alone in this journey, and that helps a lot. So congratulations and all the very best for this series.
Thank you.
Demystifying the startup journey is exactly what gives the new founders the confidence to stay the course during the tough times as well. To the women founders watching in 2026, your story is your most powerful marketing tool. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it and the journey you took to get there. If you are struggling today, remember Dwania's message. Tomorrow is another day. Don't hide your struggles, share them. Use the resources at CSBW and join the brunch and dinner series and stop trying to build your empire in isolation. Your community is waiting for you to show up as your authentic self. So do that. We'll take a quick break right here, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll explore the marketing strategies that are helping women-led businesses stand out in 2026. Stay tuned.
At Purolator, we understand the importance of every delivery, whether it's a document, a special gift, a critical healthcare shipment, or an entire warehouse worth of inventory. Throughout our more than 60-year history, we've honed our expertise to build out a powerful portfolio of logistics services that enable us to deliver on every promise. Whether shipping across town or around the globe, From small and medium-sized businesses to industrial, technology, retail, and healthcare sectors, Purolator serves a diverse array of customers. So no matter what, where, or when you're shipping, Purolator's expertise, experience, and innovative solutions enable us to deliver on your promises.
Welcome back to the She and Success podcast. Let's dive into how authentic connection is reshaping marketing and driving real business growth. Now, Dwania, let's look at how modern marketing focuses on connection over, traditional sales tactics out there. So, what marketing strategies should small businesses focus in 2026? We're already towards the end of March, so the first quarter is out. The rest of 2026, what's your advice?
Before we were searching on how we can cast that net and capture the masses, right now, it's all those micro doses and micro connections. So find yourself small groups. Have real conversations with people. Mm-hmm. You don't have to go to the massive events and try to meet 50 people. Yeah. You need to curate those relationships. So I think focusing on just those small bubbles of people. You can have all the little bubbles and make one big bubble eventually, but you have to massage relationships. I find that the touch points now that people want, like, okay, forget a coffee date. Yeah. I don't like coffee dates. But what we can do instead is we can have some phone conversations. We can meet up and go to brunch, and you can bring a friend. And then maybe the next time we go to brunch, you and your friend brings another friend and start curating these relationships, because someone is going to talk about you, because they're going to remember, hey, you know what? I went to brunch with Dwania and it was so fantastic. And she has this thing coming up. And because I went to brunch and I really liked her vibe, you should come with me because I think you'd really like her vibe. So you have to build it like it's a friendship.
Of course, yes. Because word of mouth is the most organic marketing that you can get for yourself, and it only comes through real effort and candid conversations.
Yes,
right? Not forced ones.
Not forced ones.
If you're going to do that, no one's going to remember you, and it's going to be the opposite of the story.
Yeah,
so that's a great reminder. And looking ahead now, if I were to give you a time machine and say we were to travel 5 or 10 years into the future, when you get out of that time machine, Dwania, how exactly would you envision the scenario for small businesses, specifically women in small businesses in Canada?
Oh my gosh. In a time machine, first of all, I'd like to step out and step on a beach where it's nice and warm. But if I'm envisioning businesses, it's fine. I'm still working. I envision a business. I would love for us to be on a more equal footing. Mm-hmm. Will that happen? I don't see that happening in 10 years, but I would love for that. If that doesn't happen, what I would love to see is for us to be more of a collective, is for us to really step into it together, because it will help us with our bargaining power that much more. So I see a lot more women's collectives joining, and I see us screaming loud and stomping our feet and trying to get what's ours.
It's rightfully well-deserved ours, right? So women should own each thing that, they are good at. And also, I think focusing on authentic connection over transactional ads is clearly the winning formula for the long-term brand loyalty as well. If not in 10 years, Dwania, what's the tentative time frame from your perspective that you think will get the women up to that leveling playing field?
I would love to see it in my lifetime. I really would, because I feel there's still a lot of lip service being given to women, and we are still getting some handouts, and we're being given probably just enough to keep us from yelling and screaming and kicking and taking. When you look at the top of the chain, we look at politics, it's still very male-centered. And when you look at society in general, it's still very male-centered. So I don't know. I can hope.
Yes, we're all just hoping for the times to change, because no policy on a piece of paper is going to change that. The actual change is going to happen from one's internal self.
Mhm.
So that's a great start, and thank you so much for that, Dwania. Now, let's explore how your events and the initiatives that you do continue to build meaningful community impact. So, what is your vision for CSBW, and all the women who are listening to this right now? How can they get involved and be a part of it?
So, you mentioned events, and we used to host some pretty big ones. Like
Uh-huh.
May is usually when people are like, when's that event coming up? And I talked about marketing strategies. I am paring back. I am hoping, you heard it here first. I would love to do some more intimate brunch series or dinner series that each one surrounds a particular topic, and we can have those conversations and really hash out the things that we need with the people around the table that you feel comfortable with. I'm also hoping to continue to do smaller workshops so that we can have that safe space to sit and talk about all the things that we need to do. Okay, we need to talk money. We can talk about it together. Who didn't make money last month, and how are we going to make sure you make money next month?
Yes.
So that's what we're trying to do. And how can people get involved? Really, you can find us everywhere. We make sure of that. But we love to also try to find ways to amplify your stories. We have an intake form for our origin story. We also try to have opportunities for people to blog. And if you have products that you want to highlight, we have intimate series coming up, and we love a good swag bag. So yes.
It is a match made in heaven.
Yes.
Right? Of course. No, your commitment to constantly creating physical spaces for connections, it just ensures that the next generation of women leaders are never alone. And all of that credit goes to the mastermind, you. I'm loving this conversation, Dwania, and I can't wait for the listeners to unveil the amazing things that we are planning and what they can look forward to. But for now, before we let you go, if there's one final piece of advice that you have for women entrepreneurs, specifically for balancing their professional lives versus their personal lives, because you can't really separate the two, what's your advice for them and why?
My advice, there is no balancing. You have to take care of you in order to take care of anything else that you have in your life. So put yourself first. They say, put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on the next one. That's it.
Yeah.
Take care of you. Do not try to balance. Don't try to juggle. Do what you need to do for yourself first, and then you take care of everyone else. Block out the things in your calendar for you first, and then you add all the other things and make it work around it.
That's the most perfect answer I could have expected out of you, Dwania. Because only if you replenish yourself, only if you rejuvenate your own self, you will be able to give more to the society and the community and everyone around you. That was Dwania Peele, you guys. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that was Dwania Peele from Canadian Small Business Women. A masterclass in how resilience, community, and authenticity are true engines of entrepreneurial success in 2026. To all the listeners, thank you so much for tuning in to the She and Success podcast, powered by She and Success Business Magazine. Be sure to subscribe for more expert insights and visit sheandsuccess.ca for more resources. And lastly, a very special thank you to our exclusive shipping partner, Purolator, for their ongoing commitment to supporting women entrepreneurs and helping them build, grow, and lead successful businesses across Canada. See you guys in the next episode. Kripa Anand signing off.